Now we're going to do some dips. Great move for the chest, shoulders, and triceps using our rings. You'll notice the height of the rings now is about mid-thigh for me, okay? You could go anywhere from knee height to maybe as high as your hip, but most of the time you want to start off at about mid-thigh if you're going to be using your feet to help you assist with some of your body weight for this move, okay? Which is what I'd recommend for any beginners. All right, what we're going to do now is basically stay directly under the attachment point. We're not going to be shifting out to the front or back. All right, we're going to bring the rings right to our sides, okay, basically touching the hip. And what you're going to do is have your feet maybe a foot out in front of you, all right? That way your legs are going to help push you back up on this. So you're going to lower yourself down, keeping the rings in close. You don't want to split them out here, send them behind you or in front of you. They're going to slide kind of up your rib cage. And then using mostly your arms, you want to push yourself right back up to the straight arm position, okay? If that's a really, really tough move for you, you're just going to want to push harder with the legs. So you can do as many repetitions as you need using the legs plus your arms. But you really want to feel this work in the arms, okay? If that's too easy for you and you need more assistance, or more resistance, excuse me, go ahead and start moving your legs out to get them out of the equation so you can't push with them. And now you're left with pretty much just the arms to do the work, okay? And of course, if you get tired, you can bring your feet back in and start pushing with the legs a little bit more. All right, so those are your dips. Definitely feel my triceps burning. Give them a try. Now we're going to show you a full body weight dip on the rings. So there's going to be no foot assistance from this on the floor. You can see that I brought my rings up to about chest height here. That way when we're at full arm extension, we're definitely off the floor. And this should be roughly the depth you're looking for when you're up and your body weight's on the rings, okay? So always make sure they're even, of course. You can go ahead and jump up to get yourself started if you need to. Kind of balance yourself. Keep your rings in nice and tight against your hips. You don't want them splitting out here. Keep them in nice and tight. Lower your body weight down to where the back of the arm is roughly parallel to the floor, okay? That's about the depth you want to get to. And then, of course, press back up. Down to about parallel to the floor with the back of the arm, and drive back up. Great for the chest, shoulders, and triceps. Great upper body move. So those are full body weight dips. Enjoy. The iron cross. This is a coveted move by almost any guy that lifts weights or does any body weight activities, but it is extremely tough, the iron cross that you see gymnasts do, okay? This move can help you develop some of the strength to build up to the iron cross hold, okay? Starts off just like a dip. You're gonna mount up into the rings on just your arm strength alone, and what you're gonna do is kind of like a mini little fly action. So go ahead and start up with the rings in at your hips. What you're gonna do is spread the rings out a few inches and then squeeze them back in, okay, for repetitions. Obviously, the stronger you are, the wider you're gonna go, or the more repetitions you get. But as you're bringing the rings back in, you're going to feel a lot of chest engagement, a lot of shoulder stability going on, and those are the muscles you're going to need for the iron cross. So definitely work this one into your routine. You'll see some great results from it. So again, good posture, going out and squeezing back in, which drives your body up. Give that one a try. Now we're going to look at some full body weight pull-ups with a leg lift hold, okay? We've got the rings adjusted at roughly arm's length over my head from the seated position on the floor. You can pull the rings all the way up to and do this from a chair or a workout bench as well. So whatever you've got available. I most commonly use the floor just because it leaves the rings in a good height to superset and do other activities, okay, in between your pull-ups. So get your standard grip on your rings. Most people end up turning these neutral grip, which is fine to start. Sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and get your legs set to be ready to hold in this leg lift position, and then do your pull-ups. And you want to return back down just to touch your butt to the floor, not to sit here. So you're just going to touch the floor, and then right back up. You could add a twist to the rings if you wanted to, or maintain a particular hand position, just palms front, neutral, or palms facing you. Great for the lats, the biceps, the grip strength in the forearms. And of course, you've got hip flexor, quad work, and abdominal work doing that leg lift for you. So great pull-up. All right, give that a shot. Now we're going to show you a move called the sprinter's start. This is one of my personal favorite exercises on the gymnastics rings, so give it a shot, you should have some fun with it. We've got the rings in the pretty low position here. You want plenty of height between the bottom of the rings and the surface you're working with. This is kind of a long distance movement, so you'll want enough room to swing. We're going to start in the basic push-up position out front, except then we're going to collapse the arms and bring the hands in against the chest, okay? So we're in a pretty strong support system right here. This shouldn't require a whole lot of upper body strength or arm strength on this. You just need to stabilize. You can kind of hug these in, okay? Then what we're going to do is back up to where your back is about a 45-degree angle from the floor. From there, you're going to take a giant step back, all right? And this is your starting position, what we call the sprinter's start. So as you can see, this is simulating how the sprinter would start out of the gates doing like a 100-yard dash, okay? So you started in the push-up position, collapse the arms, so we're just laying on the rings, backing up to 45 degrees. From there, we're taking that giant straight leg step back. So from here, we're going to drive off this front leg to this position. And then your back foot is going to go right back to where it started. Just keeping the weight on the rings, driving forward off the ball of the foot on that front leg. So we're working the calf, the quad muscles on that lead leg. And this back leg is just staying straight. It's just kind of hitting the brakes back there on the ball of the foot.